Good morning, lovelies. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I've just jumped out of the shower and again, I'm feeling a little shiny this morning. But again, this I think is just that idea that I've got something to say. And yes, it would be nice if I was beautifully manicured and made up, maybe. But at the end of the day, I am a real person. So as real people, when we do, and real life medicine, one of our mottos is massive imperfect action. If I waited till everything was perfect, I don't think I'd ever do anything. So again, this feeds a little bit into this week's topic about blame and why blame is an unhelpful. Blame in general is unhelpful, although as I said, I've got one little sector of the community that I do hold very responsible for what's going on in our world, who won't take any responsibility. But for us at the human level, when we have eaten things that perhaps weren't on our plan, or we've found ourselves in a position where we're storing way more body fat than we wanted to, it often comes down to this idea that we go, oh my God, I'm so hopeless. I'm so useless. I can't even eat properly. And that can be this really destructive, negative self-talk. It's really important that we recognize if we're doing that because it is unhelpful. We cannot motivate ourselves through guilt and shame. It doesn't work because it's a self-protective mechanism. So there is parts of our brain that when they hear that, hide, okay? Because again, if you're being berated, what do we do? If somebody is yelling or berating or anything, what do? We do this. We cower, we shrink, we stand back, we hide. So if we're doing that to ourselves, what happens? We hide. And by hiding, what I mean is that we then go into denial. Okay, denial is such a powerful mechanism for our brain to keep ourselves safe. Denial means we don't think about it. We just don't want to know about it. We do everything in our mind to block it out. So we start in that denial phase, which means that's when the damage can occur. Because when you're in denial, where you don't want to think about it, where it's really hard, you just eat everything. So the way to get out of denial is to always speak kindly to yourself, because then if you're not berating yourself, you're not going to shrink and hide essentially from yourself. Does that make sense? So I guess that's one of the things that we at Real Life Medicine, we are not perfect. I mean, for God's sake, I'm turning up to a live in my dressing gown with my hair just sort of slicked back and no makeup on. I couldn't, but perfect is not what we're about. Okay, we're not about perfect, because if you're aiming for perfection, then that's unattainable. And then that means if you're not perfect, you're nothing. And we need to move out of that all or nothing mentality as well. So self-compassion, self-kindness, self-forgiveness is absolutely important. And it's also worth acknowledging that self-kindness is not a hall pass to do whatever you want. Then you can't say to yourself, well, I'm being kind to myself, so I'm just going to eat 3 packets of Maltesers. No, that's trickery. That is not self-kindness. Self-kindness or self-compassion is when you had all the intention in the world to do what was good for your body and something went wrong. You can be kind to yourself about that. And then what you do from that experience is you learn and think, right, what happened? Why did that happen? What could I do differently? If you don't do that third part of the component, then you kind of, again, just sneaking yourself into denial by saying, I had the chips, but I'm being kind to myself, so I don't care. No, I had the chips. I wish I didn't, but it's okay. I'm going to learn from it. I'm being kind to myself. What can I learn so that I can move forward? All right, loves. I am going to go and get ready for work. I've actually got clinic day today, so I better make sure I don't rock up in my dressing gown, although sometimes it would be very nice. Very nice. I have got my beautiful black coffee. One of the things I need to let you know is that the next round of the 12-week mind-body rebalance is coming up. The doors for purchase, if you like. So the doors to enroll, I think that's the proper term. Again, see, massive imperfect action, are opening April 26th. So the next round of the program actually starts on that first Sunday of May the 2nd. We are super excited, really looking forward to it. We've had a ball with the last round of 12-weekers. So just keep your eye out for that. If you're on our mailing list, we will be sending you some information because we've got some really great bonuses for the early bird enrollers. My nickname used to be Last Minute Loose. I used to call myself that all the time. I'm trying to change that because it's part of my identity. So Last Minute Loose used to do stupid things like miss deadlines, never get bonuses, have to pay a late fee, have to beg to get enrolled in something where the actual cutoff had closed. So, you know those little stick figures where it says, be like blah, blah? Well, I'm going, don't be like Last Minute Loose. Get in early and we will see you soon. All right, lovelies. Bye now.